Hello viewers, welcome back to Recap Daily. We are back with a new movie explanation. Movie name is Transendence. The film starts showing a conference where Professor Will was instructing about his specific project. He wanted to make the part of human brain qualities in artificial intelligence. He wanted to invent such a computer, which is a hybrid of human brain and technological characteristics. This was, in fact, the wish of his wife, Evelyn, so they both were working on this project collaboratively. One more scientist is shown who had visited a demolished house. Everything was in chaos with breakage inside this. In spite of such environment, he had glimpsed some sunflowers there. They were as fresh as they are still planted in any garden. He becomes so shocked, seeing this. The scene drops and one more seminar is shown. Will was explaining that no human has used the human brain 100% sign till now. He wanted to create such a computer which may use 100% of human brain. H tells, this technology will be the God created by human. He had profaned, comparing his technology with God, so many organizations had turned against him. They had started to keep an eye on Will even though they had attacked him at once. They were acting as such because they had fear. Nothing will remain alive in the environment because this technology will replace the God. Everything will be under the control of technology. If it happened, then whole will be in the hand of artificial intelligence agencies, which could prove so threatening. Will had got the slight gunshot, so he had recovered again. Then FBI agent comes into Will's artificial agency. He actually wanted to keep secure all technology of Will's agency. In case of any attack on his agency, then his technology may keep secured. He shows his project after turning on. As his project is activated, then that computer reveals the information about those both FBI agents within a few seconds. Noticing this, those FBI agents had also impressed too much. Now Will's condition becomes unstable while standing there. So Evelyn accompanies him to the hospital, where they come to know after coming that the bullet which was shot to Will was made of the chemical element. That bullet had crossed his body while touching slightly, but it had left the harmful effect on his body. As a result, his all body organs were stopping to work, and the doctors had told him he cannot survive more than 1 month. Evelyn had got worried, hearing this again and again. She wanted to keep her husband with him in some way. For this, she hits upon a plan. She goes to Max and says to him that, why do we not add the traits of Will's mind in our project? Its benefit could be this. There will only Will's body which will be dead after death. His brain will be saved in the artificial intelligence technology. It means that his brain will be alive forever. Max was not agree with this. Evelyn explains to him about her idea fully, which had also been liked by Will with him. And Will had also suggested Max to cooperate with Evelyn, because Will was going to die. If their project may flop, in spite of this, he has to die. In case their project may get success, then the plan will be set. Evelyn and Max begin to work on this project later. 1 month had passed while working on this project by them. Will was also died. Evelyn was so dejected at his death, but she was optimistic that she may get Will through her technology. When she starts her project after returning to her home, she was not getting ability to achieve success in her project. Being exhausted and hopeless, she had turning off her whole project system. Then some messages had displayed on the screen where it was stated that, I am Will. She asks that system, are you Will? Then a sound echoes in her system. That voice belonged to Will. But the voice quality was so poor, so they were not understanding what is Will saying. Meanwhile, it is seen that Will had started to hold control over the system himself. Evelyn wanted to shut this system down for a minute immediately, so she may save it from the government. But she was still shutting down the system. Then Will asks to her the internet access so he may get more power. As Evelyn was going to provide him the internet access, then Max stops her. They had fear as their system perhaps has been hacked. He is not Will who is appearing on internet. But Evelyn was not being agreed with him. She sends him from there while scolding and provides internet access to Will. A girl is shown who is the member of the same organization who had attacked Will before. She wanted to spoil the PIN project before its creation, but she had also come to know now that Evelyn has completed this project. They come to attack Evelyn. As Evelyn knows about this, then she transfers the whole data to Will, damaging her computer, where Will had attained all the computer data. Using his processor, he collects all data about RIFD organizations, and he transfers it into FBI computer. FBI agents were shocked, seeing this that unknown technology is helping them. Afterwards, it is seen that FBI agents seen before that they had arrested RIFD members through computer data. After this, Will contacts with Evelyn. He instructs her, go to a town. Because you are not saved here. You will be secure going there. After this, the scene drops. 2 years later, Evelyn has built her own research organization now, and Will has become so powerful in her technology that he can also cure the human cells. It indicated that he could recover a severe injury while healing the cells. Will has also another ability that he can read the mind of others while connecting with their minds. The most astonishing fact was this: he could control others' emotions. Evelyn was aware about all the powers of Will here. Now she had also started to feel little fear now, as this technology may not prove harmful for the environment and the world. A man is brought to Will as he injures, where that man had been recovered through his mechanical hands and technology. When Evelyn witnesses that man on the next day, then she is left shocked, because that man was not only healed but Will has united that man with him. It means that Will could also communicate with Evelyn through that man. It is shown that there is a viral video on internet. It was the same video in which Will had cured that wounded man. Watching that video, many people were coming to heal themselves from the remote areas. It is seen that FBI agent and other force had also united to ban this technology, where they had to reach Evelyn's lab before in order to spoil this technology. They could enter through the front door, so they built an underground tunnel to intrude the lab. On the other side, Evelyn had become so worried, knowing this. Now she was also feeling regret as she is not wronging at some place. Seeing her, Will tells her the condition of her hormone. She had also become so surprised, knowing it, as Will has the power to detect many things. Being confused, she comes out of the laboratory where Will comes to her in form of another man. There begins the bomb blasting before he started talking with her, where FBI agent and Max also come on the scene with the Lift organization members. They decide here as they will create a virus first. They will end Will through this. In this way, that technology to which they had titled PIN, it will also be ended. Max and other people were saying to Evelyn to accompany them. But Will captures Evelyn with another man. In the meantime, Evelyn's laboratory workers also come out. They had begun to guard Evelyn, appearing there, because Will had created a connection with their bodies. In fact, it was Will who was carrying out this. Max had detected the whole situation, seeing this. So he takes the life of a worker. Now all people were so surprised and worried, witnessing this, that man himself had recovered within some seconds. Seeing this, Max was worried and he moves back into the same underground tunnel from where he had appeared before. Evelyn goes into her apartment, leaving everything, while Will chases them in that tunnel by a manipulation of worker. The rest of FBI agents who were escaping by a car, laboratory workers were chasing them. They being seen that Will had made them so powerful that they were running faster than a car, and that all workers take life of all the people rode in that car. Contrarily, that man was being seen with whom body Will was linked, and they had locked him in a copper fence wisely. So this man is disconnected Will through this fence. It was being observed that FBI and RIFT members had arrested Evelyn, breaking the link, while Will had absorbed the pollution of the whole world, using the particles, the air and water. Due to this, All diseases had started to remove on Earth. They all are surprised on this. Now Max tells Evelyn that, if it continued as such and we started to control the environment artificially, then nothing will alive in this world. Evelyn had also got ready to support them for this. Now she says to them, the virus created by you. I inject your created virus in my body. As Will be connected with me, then my virus will be transferred into his body. In this way, Will be ended forever. Evelyn was also telling this as the loss of this work will be as the whole world's internet will be destroyed because he has access of all world's internet. Evelyn had injected herself and she was proceeding her laboratory. While Lyft organization and FBI members had kept a strict eye on her, Evelyn is out of her organization where she had left shocked, seeing this. That Will had restored his body. Now he was coming to her in human form. Not only Evelyn but all present people there had shocked. She embraces Will quickly but her mission comes into her mind. She wanted to keep everything secret from Will and wanted to take his life. So she pretends good behavior before Will. Now Will says to Evelyn that you are not safe here. You should shift to another place from here. Evelyn responds on this, if you want to rescue me, so connect me with your technology like you. FBI agents who were waiting for this, sitting far, that Will carry Evelyn inside and connects his memory with the technology. When they don't observe, doing so then they think as their plan is flopping. Now they decide to end Will forever now. But one of the FBI agents forbids them here, but our IFT members explode that place. Evelyn had gone upset seeing this. She says to Will, connect me with technology. But Will had read out her thoughts now, and he forbids her of doing it which Evelyn was asking him to do. At the first sight, one more explosion had occurred there and Evelyn had severely wounded in this. And Will had moved inside while picking her up. And he begins to attack the members of FBI and RIFT, connecting with the presented people there. Now he was treating Evelyn. If he injected virus in himself, then he remained unable to rescue Evelyn. In case he had not injected virus in himself, then Max could die. Evelyn explains Will here, it all has happened because of us. Max should not be punished on this. Hearing this, Will had injected virus in himself. And he connects his brain with Evelyn while dying. And he shows her how was he struggling to fulfill his wife's dream. He was turning this world into a better place, in the same way as Evelyn wished. Evelyn had also known the truth as she was thinking as everything is going wrong. It is not as such. Rather, all were happening perfectly. But nothing can happen now because Will had injected virus in himself. And the connection with all people is cut with Will as virus is injected, with whom Will had connected himself. Will dies and the technology of the whole world is blocked for a few minutes. And this movie ends here.